Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to the second video in my series of growing my net worth to $100,000. I kind of can't believe this is only video number 2 because I started this journey, started this series, I think back in like February or March, and I basically haven't given it that much thought since then. So welcome back, or welcome to my channel if you are new. My name is Zoe and I'm 28 years old. I love talking about money and personal finance, as well as lifestyle and wellness here on my channel. We kind of cover everything, and I just love sharing my life with you guys in as transparent of a way as possible, from everything from my daily life and work and all of that to the nitty-gritty of my finances and actually what is inside my bank accounts. I've been making money videos on YouTube for about 4 years now, which is insane, and I've learned so much and grown so much along the way, and I feel like this is a really exciting place for me to be, thinking about my net worth, growing my net worth, and it's just something that I hadn't given any thought to for so long. Because I was repaying my debt and I was learning how to budget, I was basically covering all of the foundations for the past 3 to 4 years. And now my personal finance journey is about growing what I have, earning more, and building my net worth, which is so exciting. So first things first, if you are new, make sure that you are subscribed. You can check out my other videos on my channel. I would love for you to join our community. You can also follow me on Instagram. I post a mix of lifestyle and budgeting content over there as well. For today's video, I made a cup of pumpkin chai tea from David's Tea. This stuff is so good, and even though it pretty much feels like summer right now, and it's definitely not even technically fall yet, I don't know, it just gets me in the mood. Fall is productive season for me, and so this feels like fall, therefore productive, net worth, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you see the association. At the beginning of 2024, I set the goal for myself to start a journey to 100K net worth. I feel like the kind of steps in taking care of your finances and building wealth are first to pay off your high interest debt. That was at least step 1 for me. I even wanted to pay more than my high interest debt. I wanted to be completely debt free. I'm someone who's very anti-debt. Debt makes me uncomfortable. I've always seen my personal finance journey as building a house or building a tall building, where paying off my debt was building the foundation and kind of, solidifying that basement. Getting comfortable with budgeting and saving for my emergency fund was building that main level, and everything from there is growing and growing and growing to build what I visualize as my dream house. Growing my net worth to $100,000 is like starting to build that first floor. It's starting to decorate the house, and from what I've been told, growing your first 100K is the hardest, and everything from there comes faster and faster and feels easier and easier. So I really like that analogy of building the house because it's a nice way to visualize your progress and know that you are on a really exciting journey. Your net worth is basically adding up all of the money that you have in the bank, invested in stocks. Some people like to include their car. You can also include your properties or your homes if you have that. Anything that you have that is of value and could actually be sold for value. You add all of that up, and then you need to subtract any debt that you have. So whether that's student loans, a car loan, a mortgage on your house, consumer debt like credit cards or a line of credit, you add all of that up and subtract it from everything that you own. That number that calculation spits out is your net worth. I'm not gonna lie, I felt kind of nervous to film this video because, like I said, I haven't given that much thought to my net worth in the past couple of months. The summertime is a very slow season for me. My earnings have been lower than they typically are at other points in the year. I haven't been investing very much. I haven't been saving very much. I've actually been taking from my savings. And so my net worth and growing that net worth didn't feel like a possibility, therefore it didn't feel like a priority. For me, I want to feel confident in my finances during the good times and the bad times, when I'm earning great money and when I'm earning not so great money. That may be different for you guys if you have a steady job and you have a steady salary. I'm self-employed, so I don't have a fixed salary, and I've been working really hard on my money mindset to kind of keep it feeling good, if not neutral, most of the time. Every single month, I post a money update so you guys can keep up with me and get real-time kind of updates and insights into my personal finances. Every single month I post like a monthly money video. So some of you guys know exactly what's up. Some of you guys maybe are here for the first time, and maybe you just tune into these videos when I post like net worth stuff. So I just wanted to kind of lay the groundwork. So for today's video, we are going to be checking in with my net worth, seeing has anything changed since I last kind of told you guys my numbers. I have not been tracking this, and I'm really, really excited because I have a new tool to help me track my net worth. And I actually think this is going to help me stay more focused and stay more motivated by providing a monthly check-in instead of just like setting a goal and casting it aside and thinking about it only once a year, because up until now, I have only checked in on my net worth once a year. And the only way I've checked in on it is actually through filming this video that you guys might have seen. I filmed it 3 years in a row now. That video is called Everything I Have Saved, Invested, and Total Debt at X Years Old. I started filming that when I was 25. Now I'm 28. So at New Year's this year, it's gonna be the 4th edition of that video, which is insane. I filmed those videos just to kind of show you guys like an honest look at what is in someone's bank account at a certain age. And I don't wanna say a realistic look, because some people are gonna have more and some people are gonna have less. And the insides of our bank accounts look different for everyone. I never called that video my net worth because for the longest time, I did not like the term net worth. I was scared that I would associate my self-worth to my net worth, because when I had debt, when I had $30,000 to $40,000 of student loan debt, I felt worthless because my net worth was below zero. It was in the negative, and I felt that my debt made me worthless. So I was scared to start tracking my net worth in the fear that I would make it a part of my personality, or that I would, only feel good about myself if my net worth was a certain number. I'm happy to say that I've managed to stay pretty disassociated from my net worth and really just seeing it for what it is, which is a number on a screen. If you were to meet a new friend, they're not gonna be like, hi, I'm Zoe, my net worth is this, and you're not gonna judge them based on what that number is and want to be friends with them in consequence of that. Or if you do, that's just weird. So I'm trying to see this as purely numbers and something that I'm not attached to, but of course I would love to make those numbers grow. So that is journey that I'm on. Today, we're gonna dive into this new tool that I have. The tool is from The Line, and it is their net worth tracker. Now, let me tell you guys a tiny little story. I knew that I hadn't been checking in with my net worth. I knew that it was a goal and a project that I wanted to develop on. And if you're not checking in on things, it's pretty hard to make your goals grow. You can set a goal and throw it out into the field and hope that it grows into a tree, but you probably wanna go and water it and check in on it every once in a while. Sick analogy, Zoe. I just made that up on the spot. I gotta turn the AC on. It's mid-September and we're still needing AC. I was actually thinking that I needed to create a net worth tracker of my own as a way to keep up with my numbers. And then I had a call with The Line. You guys know they are one of my favorite just brands in general, but for budgeting, this is my go-to shop. I use their budget tracker, I use their cash envelopes. As I was thinking about building a net worth tracker for myself and to maybe be able to share with you guys, the founder of The Line, she called me and she was like, Zoe, I have this new product that, do you want to try it out? It's a net worth tracker. And I was like, okay, weird. I've downloaded the file, I've looked at it, and I haven't done anything else. So I thought it would be really fun to discover it together, show you guys how it works. And if you are on your own net worth journey, maybe this can be a helpful tool in your toolkit. I don't know if I cut myself off in my endless loop of talking, but up until now, the only way that I would check in with my net worth is through those videos. And when I wanted to know my numbers, I would just go back and rewatch the old videos. That is how I got the numbers that I'm gonna be sharing with you guys today. I had to go back and watch my old videos. So it's gonna be really nice to have a more official way of tracking and also a way to input my numbers every single month, because that's it. It's just, this is a once a month type of thing. I don't need to be checking in on it every day. I don't need to be checking in on it every week. Hello. So once a month is going to be perfect. You guys are probably sick of me talking, especially if this is your first time here. You're like, girl, shut up. As you are watching this video, if you guys need a refresher on what is a TFSA, what is an RRSP, what is the difference between stocks and funds, I will link last year's net worth video down below because I go over everything in super nice detail. So if you're feeling a little lost, you may want to check that video out before you continue watching this one. So without further ado, let's dive into the tracker, let's dive into the numbers, and we can chat more after the fact. So I wrote down in this really cool desk folio that I got from Matt and Nat. I went back and watched my old video, got the numbers that I had, and then my updated numbers are gonna be on my phone. Now we have the budget tracker here. So not budget tracker. We have the net worth tracker here. So let me go ahead and screen record and we will dive right in. So once again, this is the net worth tracker from The Line. Numbers input. We are gonna go over here into this kind of clean slate. I'm much more of a paper person, and so sometimes when I dive into these spreadsheets, I get overwhelmed. I'm like, where do I go? What do I start? So I talked with The Line and she kind of just walked me through exactly how to use this thing, and now I'm gonna do the same for you. If you guys wanna get your own net worth tracker, they are available for instant download from The Line's website. I will have a special discount code for you guys. I'll put it on the screen, and if you use my link, you will also be able to activate that discount. I love The Line's products because they are a great, beautiful and affordable investment on your personal finance journey. I know sometimes it can seem counterintuitive to spend money in order to save money or start tracking your money. In the past, all of the free systems that I have used just haven't worked. And so making an investment in something that looks good and is functional and has been tested has just worked really well for me. All right, let's get into it here. The first place where I want to start is the bank account section. So I need to go in and fill in the bank accounts that I have. You guys can see there are some examples here like checking, savings, and emergency fund. So my checking is with RBC. My savings, I have a savings account with RBC. I'm not really gonna count that in my net worth because it just fluctuates so much. I'm gonna leave this blank for now. I have my emergency fund with Wealthsimple. I also have a Wealthsimple sinking fund for Maggie and a Wealthsimple. Let's just lump all the sinking funds together. Actually, it's gonna be a lot easier, I think. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, I have a random savings account with RBC that has $500 in it. So we'll just include that because why not give us a boost? My checking account, I have no idea right now how much is in here. And personally, I would not include my checking account in my net worth just because once again, it fluctuates so much. So I'm gonna leave this blank. $500 in the savings account. I never actually touch this. The only reason I have that is because when I keep $500 in this account, it waives the monthly banking fee. That's the only reason I do it. My emergency fund, we'll go grab that number after, and the sinking funds, we will go grab that number after. Now let's move down into the investment account. So my TFSA is with Wealthsimple. I do have crypto with Wealthsimple. I have an RRSP with Wealthsimple. And I don't have Desjardins, I don't know. We're gonna delete those. So I actually have a few. This is gonna be my TFSA stocks. As soon as I'm screen recording, you guys, I forget how to type. And this is gonna be my RRSP stocks. I actually just want my crypto on the bottom because it's least relevant. And then I'm also gonna come down here. Everything I have is with Wealthsimple. I just really love that platform, their app, everything is so great. So I have my TFSA fund, Wealthsimple again, and I have my RRSP fund. If you guys are looking for a new bank or a place to hold your investments, whether that's funds or stocks, I will link my referral link to Wealthsimple down below. It's, I believe, only for Canadians, but it's a really, really great app. I think you get $50 or $100 if you use my referral link, and then I get a little kickback as well. So if you're interested, I would love for you to use my referral link. All right, so these are all of my investment accounts. Now, if we scroll down, we have other assets. This would be a place where if you, it says your home value, car, other valuables, one day, maybe there'll be a Birkin on here. But for now, no. I personally choose not to include my car in my net worth. I feel like there's different philosophies of net worth. You can include as much as you want and, just get that number up and whatever. throw everything into the pot. For me, I want this to be a challenge. And so I don't care about hitting 100K just so that I can say I have 100K. I want to hit 100K in a way that feels good for me and that feels like an achievement that I worked hard towards. Yes, I worked hard to buy and pay off my car, but I know that the cars are depreciating assets. I don't have any plan to sell my car anytime soon. My car is also pretty old. And funnily enough, when I made the kickoff video for starting my net worth journey, a month or two after, I got into a car accident and my car was totaled. So it just kind of showed me how quick things can change in the blink of an eye. Yes, insurance bought me a new car, blah, blah, blah. But that whole experience just kind of solidified why, at least when I have a used old car, I'm not interested in including my car in my net worth, but that is a decision that you get to make for yourself. This is completely personal. There's no right or wrong way, unless you're making up numbers, there's no right or wrong way to calculate your net worth for yourself. So I don't have anything in the other assets. I don't have a home. I don't have a condo. I don't have a valuable bike. I don't have anything. My Louis Vuitton, but whatever. And then here is the debt section. So if you have a car loan, student loans, a mortgage on your house, anything like that. I currently, luckily don't have any debt. That is something that I am proud of and I work hard to stay out of debt. All right, so you guys can see there are the totals here at the bottom, which will give you your total net worth. Now let's go back and fill in all of these amounts. I am going to use last year's numbers, or the start of this year rather, as a starting point. So like I said, I wrote everything down here. We're just going to transfer it over onto the spreadsheet. So last year, my emergency fund was at $10,000. Oops. My sinking funds were at 0 last year. Okay, it's bothering me that there's not a number here, so I'm just gonna put like $100 because that's usually the buffer that I try and keep in my checking account. Now let's move over to the investments. First up, we have the TFSA stock. Last year, I had $116. In my RRSP stocks, I had $2,500. And in my crypto, I had $634. Going down, we have my Wealthsimple TFSA fund, last $7,000. And my RRSP was at $30,000. I'm not sure why the formula was glitching there, but I just updated it. All right, so scrolling down, we have nothing here and we have nothing here. So if we scroll to the bottom, you guys can see the total here. At the beginning of 2024, my net worth was at $50,850. When I first saw this, I was like, wait, something isn't adding up, because I forgot that when I filmed my kickoff video for this series, it was actually at the end of March. So between January and March, my numbers had changed a little bit. Once again, because I haven't been tracking, I need to go back and go through that video to get the exact amounts that I had at the end of March. That way I can at least track some of my progress throughout 2024. But for today, let's just hop over to September and start inputting the numbers that I have now. So I'm gonna get my phone out. All right, let's take it back from the top. We are now over here in September. First things first, the RBC checking account, we're just gonna still leave that at 100. The savings is at $508, earning so much interest there. I realized that I might actually be better off taking out this $500 and letting it accumulate interest in a higher interest savings account, or even actually investing it. The monthly banking fees that I'm saving are about $10 a month. But honestly, I just hate paying bank fees, so I just leave it there. Next up is the emergency fund. So this, let's go take a look, because I did actually have to take from my emergency fund recently, not once, but twice. I had to take from my emergency fund because I just had a bunch of expenses come up. I didn't earn enough money to cover them. So I did take, I think I took about $1,000 from my emergency fund. And then I took from my emergency fund again in order to sign up for Pilates teacher training. Of course, I have every intention of paying that back as quickly as possible. The Pilates one, it's gonna be when I start teaching Pilates, but the one that was because of my spending, I do feel a little bit more of a sense of urgency to pay it back. So let's see what my emergency fund is at now. This actually makes me a bit sad because I felt so proud to have it at 10,000, but anyway, it's okay. Like, this is still so much money. My emergency fund is at $8,912. Now that number actually also encompasses my sinking funds, so I think I might just leave. So I'm gonna go back and change this. This is gonna be my vacation fund, and this is gonna be emergency plus sinking funds. And my vacation fund currently sits at $263. So you guys can see in this category, it's actually gone down from $10,600 to $9,783. Let's scroll down and let's get into my investments here. So the first thing we have is my TFSA stock. Let's go check it out. In this account, I now have $1,060. I've actually changed my investing strategy a little bit, and once again, sound the alarm. This is not advice, but instead of putting my money into my managed TFSA where there are higher fees, I've decided to switch my strategy, like I said, and invest in a ETF. So it's basically a fund that is a stock. It's a fund that you purchase as a stock. So that is where I'm trying to put my monthly investment contributions. When it's an ETF like that, when it's like a fund stock, it's not as volatile as just putting all of your money into Lululemon or all of your money into Apple, for example. By Canadian laws, like regular people like me aren't allowed to give investing advice, so I just don't feel comfortable telling you guys exactly what stock that is. But you can look up the most popular and most common ETFs in Canada and you'll be able to find it. Next up is my RRSP stock. So let's see, I have $2,090 in this account. And the last one is my crypto. I think this has actually gone down a little bit. Right now it's at $699, but I think in March when I made that net worth check-in, it was somewhere around $800. So this is fluctuating quite a bit, as you would expect crypto to do. I don't add or take out money out of this account. I'm kind of just enjoying sitting back and like seeing what it does. All right, moving along, we have my TFSA fund. So this is the managed TFSA with Wealthsimple. Let's see, it is at, where is it? 7,729. Okay, so that has grown a little bit. I probably put some money in there as well. And the last one, this was my big bucket, my managed RRSP. For most of the year, this was like my big goal, and I was really wanting to put all of my efforts there. My annual goal was to invest $20,000, which is like a huge amount of money and a huge goal, into my RRSP. I ended up making a big deposit around tax season from my tax savings. So the money that I take off every single time I get paid, because like I said, I'm self-employed. So the government doesn't automatically take off taxes from my paychecks. I have to put the money aside and then send it to the government. I took a portion of my tax savings and invested it into my RRSP because that lowers my taxable income and lowers the amount that I have to pay back in taxes. If you're curious about that, you need to speak to an accountant. So because of that investment, my RRSP now sits at $55,977. That is a lot of money. Oh my, wait, what did I say? 55,977. That is like insane. I'm just gonna fix up the sum here. So most of the growth from the beginning of the year to now comes from that deposit that I made. This is not my investments going crazy. This is money that I've worked very hard for, that I have put into my investments. All summer, I was feeling disappointed in myself. I was feeling like I wasn't making the kind of progress that I wanted to be making, but seeing it like this, seeing a difference of over $20,000 is actually mind-boggling. And it just goes to show how tracking your net worth, or just tracking how much you have in your bank accounts in general, can actually be a source of comfort and not anxiety like you might think it would be. It's so easy for us as individuals to focus on our shortcomings and focus on the areas where we might have missed our goals and completely forget about the times that we've done something great for ourselves or made a great decision and put money into our investments. So it's really cool seeing it on the screen here. Again, here going down, there is nothing. You guys can see, it's kind of funny, like the net worth is just like, it's just there, but you can see the growth in the net worth from 50,000 to 77,000. So I am on track towards 100K. This is like insane. Let's scroll up to the top. So here, okay, goal net worth. I need to update this because my goal net worth is not 200, it's 100 for now. And we're gonna do the last date updated, which is going to be today. Just click on this little button here, September 17th. So there we go. Oh my gosh, look at this nice graph. You guys can see the growth over here. And moving forward, I will be filling in this spreadsheet every single month. Oh, here it is, nice and big, 70s. Ah! This is so cool. I'm geeking out, you guys. So like I said, I'm not gonna go, make this number my personality. That's just crazy. And I wanna end on a note of reminding you guys not to compare yourself, because comparison is the thief of joy. Comparison gets us nowhere. And I want your takeaway from this video not to be like, oh, Zoe has this amount, I'm better than her, or I don't have as much as her. That's not the takeaway I want for you. The takeaway that I want is to show you guys that growth in your finances is possible. You can set audacious goals. You can be good with your finances. Like, we sometimes tell ourselves stories of, oh, my parents weren't good with money, therefore I'm not going to be good with money. I don't make a lot of money, so I can't save a lot of money. I'm a girl and I don't know how to invest, or women are bad with finances, right? What are these stories that we hear? What are the stories that we tell ourselves? It is time to break those stories. I never thought I was good with money. I never thought that I could have a positive net worth. Growing up as a girl, the media tells us stories of needing to rely on men for financial help, or don't worry about money, just get a rich husband. And I personally hate that narrative. No matter who you are, no matter what you do, you have the capabilities to work hard, to manage your money, and you can be good with your money. I feel like it's like, oh, I'm not good with my money. Yes, you are. You can do it. Okay, if I can do it, a shopaholic who was in debt, living way above my means, living paycheck to paycheck on a good salary, I didn't do it as fast as I would like. And I've had setbacks this year, but I'm still so freaking proud of myself. And I'm gonna be proud of you too, just for getting started. All right, I'm gonna get off my soapbox, but yeah, I wanted to end the video with that message. Clearly you guys can tell this is something I'm very passionate about. I could feel sad because my goal was to hit $100,000 by the end of 2024, and I don't think that's gonna happen. But I'm not sad. I'm just happy that I'm making progress. And the thing that keeps me powering through this journey to 100K is the notion, and so many people have confirmed this to me, like personally in the comments on that video, that your first 100K is the hardest, and everything from there becomes easier and easier to grow. I can't wait to be a millionaire one day. I can't wait for you to be a millionaire one day. I love talking about money. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you want some digital support on your own net worth journey, check out the tracker. You guys can find my link down below. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye.